Hey everybody, today I want to talk about crises, what they are and aren't, and how to know if we are in fact in crisis. And today's video was born out of a question I received on my podcast, Ask Kati Anything. And that question was, Kati, what is a crisis? There's a lot of talk about if you're in crisis, call or reach out, do this or that, but no one ever explains what that means. And when I read this question, I realized that I too had never explained what being in crisis really meant, or how you should know when you need to reach out for help and get some crisis intervention. So let's get into it. The word crisis is defined as a time of intense difficulty, trouble, or danger. We hear the term used all the time, especially in the news, to describe an economic crisis or humanitarian crisis, or a million other things that are happening in our world. But when it comes to our mental health, we are in crisis when we are unable to function in our life, meaning that we can't do what we need to do at work or school. We aren't able to take care of our basic needs like eating regularly, drinking water, and showering a few times a week. And we could be isolating from those we care about. And I know that doesn't seem intense enough to be deemed a crisis, but if we really think about it, if we aren't functioning, that's cause for concern and means that we need to reach out for help. Being in crisis could mean that we are so stressed out and that we can't focus or concentrate when we need to. We could lash out at those we love and inadvertently create more chaos in our life. Many of you have told me that you were feeling so low that you yelled at those trying to help, pushed everyone away, and then regretted it. Or that because we were in crisis, we weren't able to do the things we needed to do at work or school, and we lost our jobs or failed a class. Being in crisis for any amount of time can cause us more difficulty, which is why reaching out for help as soon as possible is best. Another example of a crisis is if we have active thoughts of suicide. I honestly think that a lot of people replace the phrase suicidal thoughts or urges with the word crisis. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're nervous about using that word, giving in to the stigma so often associated with it. Or maybe they don't want to limit a crisis to suicidal thoughts. Either way, I think it's important to mention that if you have any thoughts of suicide, the means to do it, a plan, or if you find yourself having these thoughts more often than not, I would consider that a crisis, and you should reach out for help right away. Now, I know it's scary to reach out, and many of you have told me that you've put off telling your therapist just how bad you were doing because you didn't want to be hospitalized or forced into treatment, or even admit how you were feeling out loud. I will be honest, as mental health professionals, we do have to do our best to keep you safe. And sometimes that does mean increasing your level of care, like going from seeing a therapist once a week to twice a week, or participating in a day program. Or if we think that you are a danger to yourself or someone else, we can place you on a 5150 hold and put you in the hospital for 72 hours. Now, I was taught to think of a 5150 as a last resort. We should have exhausted all other options, worked every day with our patients, doing check-ins, safety plans, etc., before even considering hospitalization. But I've heard from many of you that not all therapists think that way. So I do want to bring that up as a possibility, but the more we communicate with our therapist or other mental health professional, the better. What I mean by that is that we should let them know how long we've been having these thoughts and why we didn't tell them right away, and let them know that we want to get help for it. If we have a good relationship with our therapist, they will work with us to keep us safe and out of the hospital. They will seek to understand what we are going through and offer some resources to support us through it. The main things we are worried about is if you have a plan, the means to do it, and if you're going to do it soon. If you are having thoughts, maybe have a loose plan, but not really, your therapist should be able to work with you to get you the support that you need to pull you out of it without having to resort to a 5150 hold. And I don't want you to think that I'm downplaying this at all. I just want you to know why we could be hospitalized and what we can do to keep ourselves safe and out of the hospital if that's our goal. Overall, being in a crisis feels terrible. It's uncomfortable, and many of you have told me that you don't feel like yourself. It can cause us to lash out at those we love, push everyone away because we don't want them to have to deal with us while we go through it. But I want you to know that with support, whether that be a therapist, psychiatrist, or both, and support groups, maybe online support, or support from those that we see each day, it can and will get better. And don't forget that there's a crisis text line available 24/7 at 741-741. And every area has their own suicide prevention hotlines. And if you're in the LGBTQ+ community, there's a Trevor Project and many other ways to get support. I know it can be hard to figure out if we are in crisis or not, or when we are sick enough to warrant us getting help. But I'm here to tell you that you are all deserving of help, and we don't have to wait another day to reach out for it. If you are struggling, please speak up, reach out, and know that we are here to support you along the way. I hope this was helpful. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye.